Hey, it's Rick Brandenburg for Turf Bugs and Rock and Roll, and a lot of you take advantage of the fact that you've got smartphones, mobile phones that have really good cameras in them, and you take advantage of that and you send to people like me or my colleagues there at NC State or whoever you lean on around the world. You send them photos of various pest issues that you see. Now, if you're like me, you're not a professional photographer, and sometimes you don't always do the best at job. And one of the things that people try to do, and I assume they do this with weeds and diseases, but I know they do with insects, is they try to get as close as possible because they think the closer they get, the more likely I'm going to be able to identify it. Well, this is the kind of image I oftentimes get, and that makes it really difficult when it's out of focus. As you look in this second image, the same insect, I can really do a lot better job of identifying it, even though it's much further away than I could in the first photograph. So the main thing I want to tell you, there's two things here when you send photographs in for pest identification. Number one, make sure it's in focus. You're better off backing off the subject matter and making sure it's in really sharp, crisp focus than to get down really close and have it be out of focus. The other thing that can really help us is if you give some object that we know what size it is and we can relate the size of the pest or the symptom or whatever. For example, I know what a quarter is, so if you put a quarter next to the pest or a penny or whatever, that gives me an indication of the size. If you can put some sort of a measuring tape or whatever right next to the pest or the disease or the symptom or whatever it might be, that really helps. Otherwise, we don't know the size of the subject matter that you're sending in, and sometimes that's really important. So focus and comparative size, those are really two things important when you send photos, and it allows us to do a much better job. Hope that helps. Look forward to talking with you again soon.